Hello, hello, and welcome back to a long time developed rap battle reaction video. Now, I did react to this video initially months ago because I was just doing, it's a Doki Doki thing, but I didn't knew nothing about the person Yuri was rapping against. So it's Yuri, from Doki Doki Literature Club versus Toko Fukawa from Danganronpa. And I knew nothing about who Toko was. Some of the things mentioned were like, okay, that's interesting, but I didn't know what the heck any of this was. So that's why I played this whole thing through Danganronpa the game, and I watched playthroughs of part 1, part 2, part 3, even the Despair Girl thing. I watched the anime. I did so much just to research for this one specific video. That way I know what the heck is going on. Because initially when I did, I was like, okay, I understand some things, but the rest of it's like, what do I care? What's the big deal about any of it? Now I care. It's just like, all right. So don't say I don't do research for stuff. I do. I do a lot of research into things that deal with stuff. So now that I know, fresh eyes, haven't seen this in a long time. This is by Freshy Canal. And so that's what this video is going to be, and that's what we're reacting to. All right, so we'll see you then. Let's see what goes on. That's Chi-Chi. I know Chi-Chi. Was in a real quick. Chi-Chi was in Doki Doki Forever. She also in the Doki song Insanity, by the guy I just forgot who it was. So Chi-Chi's been involved with some Doki stuff before. I think she voices Toko in this though. But here's Yuri and Toko. Oh. That reminds me, I did not describe what these two characters are. The reason why they're pitting them against each other is because Yuri's a bookworm, Toko is a writer, but they have a similar personality of being very shy and everything. But when Monica's seemingly messing with Yuri in Act 2 and everything, her obsessive side and things she has wrong gets out there and exposed and everything like that. But I don't necessarily think Yuri, she kind of has, she has the cutting problem and everything like that. But the problem is with Toko is she has a completely split personality of a genocide Jill or genocide Jack, a serial killer that kills specifically, handsome men and everything. Toko knows that that's a thing, but she has no control over it because if she faints, Toko can faint at the sign of blood, or if she sneezes, she reverts into the other personality, genocide Jill, and they don't share memories or anything. It's like they're two hosts of the same body. I guess not exactly Moon Knight. That's the thing that's been out for a while. I've not watched it, but I know the Moon Knight, he has two separate personalities and thing, but he knows that the other one's there. Toko, she knows anything there, but she has no contact with genocide Jill or anything like that. Just so you know, looking into the whole Danganronpa lore, it is messed up. It is messed up, the lore and everything, and just different stuff, like with the Class 77 reading comments. It's just like, wait, what? But Toko is a literary author, basically, more romance and everything like that. Not necessarily stuff that Yuri per se she would read. Maybe more stuff Natsuki would read and stuff, because seemingly it might be smuttish. And Natsuki seemingly reads more of that. And Monica, I guess, kind of read that too. Although, it's like this. The Under the Oak Tree book. It's got a lot of hot moments and everything. Those are the type of moments Toko would have written and would have been reading and everything like that. But she has other moments seemingly where her books are considered masterpieces, not just a romance book, because they have some interesting plots or whatever. That's probably the reason why they got hooked. Yuri would probably be into those portions, like the Under the Oak Tree things. The sex portions are like, I stay away from. But the actual world building, the actual different things with Maxie and Riften, all the different stuff that happens and everything, that was interesting. That'd be more stuff Yuri would more delve into, and seemingly because the comment that it copyright, so she didn't say D&D, but I took it as like she seemingly plays D&D in the side stories. I just like, okay, because when it comes to fantasy or horror, Yuri's more into that. Toko would write that, but her thing's more in romance. And she's completely obsessed with Byakuya, who is basically Illuminati, I guess you can say. It's just, and he doesn't freaking care about her at all, but she's so obsessed. I don't even know. Both personalities are obsessed with him. I don't even want to know. Okay, back to the video.
A poem I wanted to write about a troll and the love of her life, yet the one she likes leaves her dreams cut like a knife. I call it Ghosted Under the Light. Now I'm
about Byakuya. Okay, now I understand what these things are talking about. Her thing's called Ghost Under the Light, her poem, and she's talking about Toko. All the people don't like her because Toko's kind of... She has a very bad inferiority complex. She thinks everyone's hating her, everyone thinks she's weird or is a pervert or anything like that, and no one's thinking that way towards her at all, when she herself is kind of perverted. So, anyway, I guess that's kind of the antithesis to Yuri, who's all nice and reserved, but maybe he's not, I guess. Yeah.
To mention the topic, but I can't help but feel it's ironic. You think you'd find peace with the skeletons in your closet after all those days locked in it? Your Jekyll Hyde trope is so mild, mixed up at birth, but can't mix up your style. I can't bear your creepy plots. You get a cold and then turn into a hormonal Sweeney Todd. And I fill your novels with your smile on every page. The only real tales you know are from your braids. Stop acting slick, you're a close-minded coward. Think you got flow, you don't even shower.
Save me the tears. All you do is
whine.
What's in your back hurts so much, someone must have took out your spine. In your Teletubby club, you're the most unbearably clingy. No one wants to share a naked in the building. Kiki, genocide into the beat. Christian Monica's pod like it's UDG. What a basic.
Okay, I gotta go back because this dropping the beat and everything right here, where she turns to genocide Jill, is good. I like this very good string poem of everything that goes on right here.
To the beat, Christian Monica's pod like it's UDG. What a basic bitch, I'm shy to got beat like my characters left in your thoughts to the lead. When it comes to my race, you're tasting that shy, but they must call you Yuri because you can't land a guy. It's flat like the Doki Doki in your...
I had to look up what that meant, and Yuri is another type of genre of writing, I guess, where it's a guy on guy type stuff. So it's a play on her name and a genre and everything. See, doing research, now I understand all the different references that goes on in this thing. So it's just kind of like, wow, much more deep than when I initially was like, okay, I don't understand anything in this video. It was epic, but I didn't understand this stuff. Now I do, and it's just like, okay, now it's a whole nother level of understanding. It's just like, wow, cuts. I was just about to say, the cuts are deep. I'm sorry, that's how, I did not mean to do that. Because the raps, the cuts are deeper now that I understand them. And yeah, cutting Yuri. Oh, that's bad. I did not mean to bring that up. I'm sorry. And there's Aoi. Yeah, she's always offended at stuff. So, I mean, offended at... No one liked Toko. Or everyone could stand Toko, but they couldn't understand her inferiority in taste and the way she talked about stuff. Toko has problems.
Characters left in your thoughts to the lead. When it comes to my race, you're tasting that shy, but they must call you Yuri because you can't land a guy. It's flat like the Doki Doki in your hot stocks in the court where you'll be another portrait to mark on.
I like that part. Seriously, this whole part with Toko is just, the portrait of Markov and everything is like, yeah, because every time someone died in Danganronpa, they had their portrait in the trial with a Markov, and of course, portrait of Markov is seemingly important to the Doki lore, though I wonder if it was just actually supposed to be something separate and it was an Easter egg in the story, but now everyone thinks it's associated, so he has associated with it, but, we move on. Yeah, they both stutter. Although Yuri has a better grasp of it and everything. But
let me read you a poem I wanted to write about an ugly hag who's fucking despised by her parents, her class, everyone in her life. If you killed yourself now, nobody would cry. Grew close to your man, then in case two. He went out his way to frame you, then only your picture remained in your bad ending playthrough. And he went out his way to frame you.
Byakuya was... Byakuya is Okay, spoilers for Danganronpa. In the second trial, someone is killed, and it's made to look like it's Genocide Jack, Genocide Jill, Toko's alternate personality, done by Byakuya, who would have access to all the, because he's Illuminati essentially, he has access to all the police files and everything like that, and he sees files in the library. That's how he could say, yeah, these are genuine. I have the same thing back at home. But he goes out of his way to make the body that he finds that's dead, he rigs it up in a way that would make it seem like it was Genocide Jack, Genocide Jill. And if everyone went with that conclusion and voted Toko wrong, the way the trials work in Danganronpa is that if you vote someone as the killer that's wrong, everyone but the actual killer would die. So him doing that, and if it went that way, it would have killed everybody. And not only that, him doing that put the suspicion on him that he's the killer and everything, that he did it, but he didn't. He just messed with the scene because he's sadistic in a twisty type way with messing with people. If they voted him as the culprit, then they'd all die either way too. If it wasn't, they figured out through who it was. He's like, I'm just testing your power deductions. I'm playing a game and everything. It's like, you're playing a game? Really? You think this life and death trial thing is a game? And he thought, yeah. Seriously, he thought it was a game because it's just like, hey, cost of living is survival. The rest of you are beneath me anyway. I don't care about you. And Byakuya sucks. Toko could do better. And in that alternate ending playthrough, which I didn't have in mind, but if you choose to kill Kirigiri, seemingly Toko is seemingly dead if all of them are left alone. No clue how Toko died, if the rest put her to death, or if she killed herself. I don't know what happened with that, except all the guys seemingly got together with Aoi. Yeah. I don't even... I mean, initially that's kind of what the purpose of the Hope Peak Academy School was to begin with. To have, 8 male, 8 female, to try to maintain the hope of the future, aka have kids. But still, it's just kind of the idea, like I said, Danganronpa's messed up. Alright.
Picture remained in your bad ending playthrough, and he went out his way to frame you. I made my man lose his mind with the love in his heart. You made a boy lose a bet with how ugly you are. Hoping your third eye, 4 eyes, yapping about code when your reality show is a reality show. And your kills mostly stars. You go carve a tally for your friendship with Komaru. I'm gently closing.
Yeah, it's always hinted that Danganronpa actually might just be a reality show, that it wasn't any of it. None of the series was real, revealed in part 3, which everyone's like, huh? And yeah, Genocide Show in the Japanese version, but Genocide Jack in English, because Jack the Ripper. I talk too much on this, I'm sorry. I know all these details now. I'm just like, oh, okay, I understand this.
Mostly stars, you go carve a tally for your friendship with Komaru. I'm gently closing the door on your little love story. Try not to get too hung up on your rejection, Sayori.
Sayori is nothing like Toko. Nothing like Toko. Sayori has more of a personality of Aoi, kind of that upbeat, personality and everything. She just didn't, kind of clueless in some ways and everything, but everyone kind of likes her except, everyone likes Aoi, and Aoi doesn't have the problems that Sayori does, but personality-wise, Sayori is like Aoi. I would say Aoi Hina, however you want to say it. Oh, gosh, I just realized what she said. Go back and find more poems to pee on. You leave the bathroom worse than Leon. Oh, gosh. I just realized I never caught that in the first one. I think first time I watched this. But when you get the obsessive personality of Yuri, she gives you a poem endued with blood and urine. Yeah. Find more poems to pee on, you leave the bathroom worse than Leon. Although the scent thing, if I want to get into it, considering she stole the pen and and she said she touched herself with the pen. one wonders if that's actually... That's disturbing to say and think about, but that's just what personality amped up. But again, it wasn't the real... Monica screwed up with Yuri. Toko is just screwed up because of the genocider show split personality thing. It's not like she can exactly help it. I guess some of it was caused by childhood trauma, but still, it's just... that's disgusting.
On your rejection, Sayori.
You leave a bathroom where it's not the Leon. You told me the party moves you got in store. Cause girl, once the beat dropped, you hit the club floor. Monica altered your ego, killing your game. You were left as a minor annoyance. Your depressive obsession was still just in vain, but it wasn't entirely pointless.
Yeah, because they killed himself. Who won that? Honestly, Toko. I can say that without a... I think I said that in the first time I watched this, and I can say it again watching this again. Toko won. Toko won this handily. I mean, this whole thing with just this part alone.
Genocide into the beat, crushing Monica's paws like it's UDG. What a basic bitch, I'm shy to got beat. Like what characters left in your file to the lead. When it comes to Maurice, your taste is not shy, but they must call you Yuri cause you can't lay the guy. Let's violate the Doki Doki in your hot stocks in the courtroom. You'll be another portrait to mark off.
Just that alone, Toko wins. Look, I like Doki Doki Literature Club, but combine Yuri and Doki together, but Toko wins this handily. Because Toko, or Genocider Show, she will fight and everything. I mean, yes, Yuri has that type personality too, but Toko actually has killed people. So, Yuri only kills herself. They both have self-loathing capabilities. They're very similar, but just two drastically different type of shy people. Both have purple hair, both readers, literary type. I don't know, so I could see why a lot of the comparisons and everything with all the different stuff, but Toko wins this. Okay, so what else should I react to? I would have to do some research in. There's some other Doki stuff I see, but I was like, I don't know what this is, so I'm not going to talk about it yet. But this is what this one was, so go look at Freshly Canal's videos. He's got a whole bunch of other different stuff as well, including the Monica versus Harley rap battle and everything. So go watch this, go watch the other things, and subscribe to him, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, goodbye. Peeing on the... Ugh.